Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Hunter Explores AK Boys, and I hope you had a fantastic great day. And we're finally back with a brand new review on the latest chapter of Samurai 8, Chapter 7, also known as The Meeting. So in this review, I also want to include a little rant, and as you guys have told by the title, I'm going to compare Samurai 8 to Boruto. And a quick message, if you guys are new to my channel, I appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the content, and be sure to check out what else I have in store. I lost my previous YouTube channel to a copyright strike or termination, and it was uncalled for. I didn't get no warnings, nothing. So I appreciate all the support we can get to help me get back up on top. So before we start the review, like I said, I want to get this comparison between Boruto and Samurai 8 and why I think Samurai 8 is what it should have been and we shouldn't have got a Boruto. But I can't talk much on emphasis about this just because I have not watched Boruto the series. I've watched the movie itself, and that's why I'm going to talk about this anyway. So maybe if I read the Boruto manga, I'll enjoy a lot more. But the thing that really peeves me off right here is that if you think about the whole process of Naruto, despite his goal of becoming a Hokage, there was a true meaning to the manga and anime, and that is peace itself, bringing the world to peace. Now, if you don't know what Naruto is, it's the swirly stuff that is in your Japanese people have in their noodles, and this is the spiral of life in Naruto is what it was supposed to mean, and it was the spiral of war. So we know that there was lots of ninja wars in Naruto, and the whole plan was to stop this war and bring peace. And through many generations, each person has tried their own way, from Hashirama and Madara, and even Madara came to the account of doing infinite Tsukuyomi to think that putting people in his dream paralysis is the way to go forward. But little did he know, of course, he was actually being brainwashed by Kaguya, and we just find out more deepness to the story. But finally we end up with our boy Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, you're kind of useless, but shout out Sakura anyway, and the rest of the team. Hinata, shout out to you too. So these guys were able to complete the job, and they were able to defeat Kaguya and, you know, complete the story. So there should be peace by this time, and the final battle of course is Naruto versus Sasuke, which they make amends with this. So of course after this we had whatever's going on in space, and I believe that's what he wanted to incorporate into Boruto. But from my point of view, I see it as that everything Naruto's worked for has just been thrown in the drain. So this whole work of bringing peace to each generation that everyone's tried to put in through the whole of Naruto has literally been put into shambles. Because if you think about it, I don't know what's really going on in Boruto, but I just remember the one cutscene where you see, like, I think it's the whole Konoha looking like what pain did to it. So basically another war zone. So everything Naruto's worked against or for is literally just been thrown in his face in its own sense. So what it feels like to me is that Boruto is milking off the Naruto series, but at the same time I don't really want to say that is because I respect Masashi Kishimoto, and it's probably some things that he's left that he wanted to change, and that is why he made Boruto, which I'm hoping is the truth. But right now it feels like Samurai 8 was his true intention. And the reason I say this is because if you guys have read Samurai 8, you guys should know how complex the manga is. There's been so many things introduced in just 7 chapters. You can just see how much thought has been put into this manga. And come on, like, who doesn't love space animes? Like me, myself, my favorite anime of all time is Gintama and it's Space Samurai, which is basically the same thing as what Samurai 8 is, but it's not a parody. And I don't want to hear anyone saying, yo, don't be so biased about things, you know. I'm a huge fan of Naruto. Naruto was the first anime I took seriously. As a child I watched Dragon Ball Z, but then Naruto was like the first thing that jumped me on my anime train. Like whatever anyone said, I was so biased, I'll say, you know, Naruto is the best anime, Naruto is the best anime. It was just my childhood, and I just feel like, you know, it's been spun. But anyway, enough with this rant, let's get in with a review. And I hope that Boruto does become great one day, and then that day you guys can be like, yo, I told you so. So anyway, we carry on from last week's chapter where we learn about this thing known as the Trinity, which I'm not sure if that is supposed to be the Bible reference, but anyway, we have the samurai, the key holder, and the princess, and this together makes the Trinity, and it's what makes the samurai a powerful warrior. So we know that the stronger the bond between the samurai and the princess, the more powerful they both become, and that is where we're getting off from here. Now this is one of the aspects that I found very weird. I don't know how it's going to play in the future of the manga, but of course it's still baby steps right now, so hopefully it does incorporate into something bigger and better. So long story short, they believed Hachimaru could actually be a fugitive. They did not know what his purpose was behind from destroying that last enemy, so they want to find out who he is. And this Princess Wound lady ends up talking to her orders, which is the ones we saw in the last chapter, and they were talking about Hachimaru here, and her shocked reactions tells us a lot more when she goes, you were talking about a single samurai, so it's not something common. And the old lady throws it off, saying, you know, like he's nothing too special, he's not even a proper samurai yet, but I believe it's just more than chance and they know something more about Hachimaru. But anyway, Anne's lost her ball and Hachimaru ended up finding this, and that is how they became connected, and that is how Hachimaru got some of his powers. And I'm pretty sure that's how he gets his holder too. I'm not too sure about that, but correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, I like how you see the princesses following old school samurai sort of etiquette in the Japanese Meiji era, where they're trying to fix the flowers together, but you see Anne just failing her flowers. So Anne ends up going with Princess Wound Samurai, who is Hagamichi, and they go to look for our boy Hachimaru. Now I'm not gonna lie, I found the scene very funny when he cut himself with his own soul blade. I don't know why, that just hit me with some laughter. But I actually really like the concept of this soul blade thing. So if you guys know the way it works, the samurai soul is in the stomach, which is why they do seppuku through the stomach when they kill themselves or whatever wrong reasons happen. So I actually like the way that Masashi Kishimoto has twisted this into making that the samurai soul, and you know, the way that they're able to make a blade out of this type of like ability. And I love the way we're being introduced to these two types of moves. So you have like the offense way, and that is like the soul blade, and then you've got the defense, which is the armor. But of course, you know, Hachimaru is trying to rush his way in, and that's not how things work. You got to learn things time by time and piece by piece. But what it feels like to me is the Susanoo from Naruto. So you know how it's got its offense and defense, it's actually like that, but it's like a mechanical type of version. And on page 17, I'm pretty sure that he tries making the armor, the really fat and chunky armor, which ends up failing on him and he can't breathe through it. And we see how it's similar to sword training, but I think it's like one of those where you gotta believe and feel the shape and it'll come that way. It's like your imagination and putting it to the work. And we finally get the fated reunion where Hachimaru meets the Princess Anne. And Princess Anne has got some mad stuttering issues. It's probably because she's either shy or she hasn't got many chances to, you know, talk to people. And obviously I believe Hachimaru will change this in her at some point. And now let's get into the final page of the chapter and the main part of this review. I've been dying to get into this already. So we're meeting with this new, let's just call him a villain for now, and his name is Atta. And I believe the lady next to him is his princess, and this is the person who's actually giving Atta the orders, and she's telling him, you know, just bring him back and I don't need him alive, and he's the 8th one, you know, he's the 8th key. So we already know that there was going to be evil samurais. It was pointed out earlier on in this manga chapter, and let's just break down to what we see here in the picture. So let's take note of a few things that we see here. So his key holder seems to be like an Chinese dragon, and you can just see how it's rooted towards the floor, and this whole place they're in looks like it's been created by, you know, his ki and his power. He then is holding 4 swords. He's trying to put one onto Zoro, but Zoro is the true 3-sworded samurai, the Santorio. But anyways, jokes aside, this could mean that he's already hunted a few of the keys down already. But I'm not gonna lie, the thing with this manga, there's been so much introduced that I'm already being confused. I'm gonna have to go back and reread it, but what I'm trying to get onto is, with the 4 swords, does that mean that he has 4 key holders? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And then what is weird is the 5 flames around him. Now it's not 4, which I expected it to be with the swords, but one could be himself. But I'm pretty sure that the flame is like the soul of the samurai. And I'm pretty sure that this is what they want out of Hachimaru, along with his ki, which I believe is connected to his spine. So things are looking kind of crazy right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, just let me know if I have got anything wrong, because like I said, I'm kind of confused. But like I said, it's been so complex. I'm just excited to see what the future of Samurai 8 holds for us. There's been so many types of moves, fighting styles, powers, and like planets. Just so much shown that we don't know what's to come in the future. So there's lots of room for improvement for Samurai 8. But right now it's just baby steps for us. We're trying to learn all the moves, all the type of abilities, all the type of textures, everything that's going on within the manga. And come on, for the first proper main villain, Atta looks badass. It's a complete villain in my opinion. He looks very clean. The 4 swords is badass. You know, he's got his dragon on the back. Things are looking great for Samurai 8. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'll be back next week with another one, and hopefully I didn't rant too much or talk too much waffles. I'm not trying to be one of those guys. I was just trying to bring my point of views and just bring a little topic for us to discuss. But anyways, like I said, I appreciate if you guys can subscribe and help me get back to where I left off. I think I already hit like 300 subscribers in my old channel, which may not be much, but I grafted for it. But anyways, I appreciate all you guys' support, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.